Let's talk money. Because if there's one thing nobody tells you when you're starting out as a social media manager or a content creator, it is how to price yourself. Not the one where you're guessing what you should charge or the one where you're copying someone else, but the actual one of calculating your worth and setting your rates as if you know what it is that you bring to the table, which you should. So in this video, I am going to be walking you through exactly how I set my rates, whether it comes to managing for clients, maybe it's a client's Instagram page, or whether it comes to charging for a brand deal as a content creator. Hi there, my name is Omobolaji and I am a social media manager mentor. I call myself now the Chief Content Officer. I am a content creator and the person behind the social media Ogre. I help creators and social media managers build systems that turn content into income. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not, thank you for always showing up. If you're new here, don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And if you're not new here, you know how we do it. So let's get right into it. So let me first start by saying this, and I'll say it gently. Your pricing is not just about how many followers you have or how long you've been in the game. It is about your skills, your strategy, your time, your results, and your boundaries. But the truth is, pricing gets really confusing. 3 reasons why you might be getting confused when it comes to your pricing is: 1, everyone is telling you different things. You ask Balaji tells you something else. You ask the social media Ogre, the social media tells you something else. 2, you are scared of overcharging or you are scared of undercharging. Trust me, I have been there. 3, there is barely any transparency in this industry we're in. Sadly, that's the major case. When I first started out as a social media manager or content creator, I undercharged a whole lot. And I justified it with, oh, I'm just starting, or, oh, I'm just a small brand. But then I quickly realized that low prices attracts low boundaries. So if you are in that phase, let's talk about how I changed that and how you can too. So let's talk about how I set my rates as a social media manager, and I split this into 3 categories. 1 is monthly management client. When I am pricing for social media management, I look at the scope of work, which is the number of platforms I'm going to be managing, the number of posts I'm going to be making, engagement, reporting, strategy, and meetings. I also look at time commitment. Am I giving this client 5 hours a week, or am I giving them 15 hours? I also look at team involvement. Am I doing this alone, or do I have my editor involved, or do I need to outsource? Then I ask myself, how long will this realistically take? What tools do I need to use for this client to actually get the result? What's the complexity of this brand or this niche? Because let me tell you something, different niches attract different pricing. Yeah, you cannot charge someone in the wedding industry the same thing you're charging someone in the finance industry. From there, after I've been able to answer all of this question, I break it down into my hourly rate plus a service fee for tools like maybe project management tools and also for admin, plus tax if it's applicable. And that's like my monthly package rate. So for example, for a 3-month platform client with like maybe strategy, content creation, and analytics, I might charge between $1,200 and $2,500 per month, depending on the workload. And this is just me. Like I said, I might be more than that, but not less. Number 2 is one-off projects or audits. Now, for example, if a brand wants a strategy audit or they want a platform revamp, I price based on the deliverables plus how long it would take me. And I also have a base rate or a flat rate model here. For example, a full Instagram strategy audit might go for $300 to $500, depending on the depth of that audit. The 3rd one is consultations. For my consultations, I charge per hour, and I don't just count the hour I spend on the call. I also count the prep time, the research time, and also the post-call notes. Now, let's talk about how I price myself as a content creator. Now, this is different and it's quite trickier than pricing for social media management. Now, when a brand reaches out to me, I don't just look at what they're offering. I look at the number of deliverables. I look at the platform and the format they want it, whether it is Reels, carousels, YouTube video, YouTube dedicated video, or a YouTube sponsored video, or maybe an IG story series. I look at exclusivity or whitelisting. I look at the timeline. Is it a rush job? Because if it's a rush job, there's a rush fee attached. I look at the usage rights and the duration. Are they boosting the content? Are they using my face in the ads? I have a rate card that actually breaks everything down. I say this is how much my reels cost, this is how much my carousels cost, this is how much my YouTube video cost, this is how much my story sets cost, because I want them to know. For example, if a brand wants 1 reel, 1 YouTube mention, and 3 Instagram story slides with a link, it's not just about creating content. It is strategy, it is scripting, it is shooting, it is editing, it is posting, it is tracking. So I price accordingly, and no, I don't give out rates until I know the full scope of work. And that's where a lot of content creators make a big mistake: quoting before asking questions. You need to ask questions before you give them a quote. Now, here's the practical part. You need to have a base rate. To set your base hourly rate, you need to ask yourself these questions. What's my monthly income goal? How many hours per month can I realistically work without burnout, or per week? What's my overhead cost, like maybe the tools I pay, subscription fee, my taxes? Once you are able to do that, the formula to calculating this is monthly income goal plus monthly expenses divided by billable hours. And this will give you your baseline hourly rate or your baseline rate. Then I multiply this rate by how long this project will take me. And that's where I start my pricing from. I also want you to know that you have to be flexible, because sometimes when you give a lot of brands your rate, they'll be like, oh, this is over our budget. Most times I always say, can we meet in the middle? Always meet in the middle. Mistakes I made so you don't have to. Saying yes to brands without a contract. Never do that. Even if it's email threads, never say yes without a contract. Don't do it over a phone call. Don't do it over a Zoom call. Charging the same flat rate for every client. Don't do that. There are brands that I charged £1,200 or $1,200, and there are brands that I charge $2,000. It's not the same. Not accounting for your taxes or tools. You need to start paying taxes, and you need to know how much your tools will cost. Another mistake I made was letting brands decide the rate. Negotiate. That's how you make money. Another mistake I made was undercharging, because a lot of people tell you it's just content. It's not just content, boo. It's not just content. Don't do it. Don't make these mistakes that I did. Now, to round this all up, let's talk about the tools I use to stay organized when it comes to like my rates and everything. I always track all my rates, my packages, and my past clients' projects in Notion. I created my rate card in Canva, and I also use Google Sheets for my pricing calculator if I need to, but most times I just use my normal calculator. And when it comes to invoicing, I either use Mainstack or I design a custom branded invoice in Canva, or sometimes I use Zoho Invoice. Especially for more official client work, I use like Zoho Invoice or Mainstack Invoice that needs system tracking. Whatever keeps it clean, clear, and professional, that is what I use. So whether you are managing an account or you are creating content, your rates should reflect the value you bring, not just the hours you work. If you've been on the charging, let this video be your wake-up call. You are the strategy. You are the system. You are the service. So it is time you start pricing like it. Okay? Let me know in the comments which of these points hits home for you. Or if you have any question, you can just drop them in the comments and then I would answer. Make sure you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and make sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on the next video that I drop. For more resources, please check the description for my newsletter, my templates, my digital products, and also everything else that I have linked below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.